The Soviet Union's secret Mars campaign from the late 1950s to the 1970s. The Soviet Union embarked on a clandestine series of missions aimed at Mars. These were not mere scientific endeavors, but covert operations cloaked in the guise of peaceful exploration, shrouded in secrecy, akin to wartime maneuvers. Many missions lacked public names, identified only by cryptic numbers or code names, buried in classified files behind ironclad secrecy. Nearly all of them ended in failure probes crashing, exploding, or vanishing into the void between Earth and Mars. These weren't experimental missteps. They were bold attempts to achieve historic firsts. The Soviets weren't just racing to match the United States in space exploration. They aimed to bypass the Moon entirely and claim Mars as their own. They came tantalizingly close, closer than most realize even today. One probe might have touched down on Martian soil years before NASA's first successful landing, though no confirmation ever surfaced. The data vanished, the mission was denied, and it became another phantom in the Soviet space archives. For decades, these efforts were erased from public knowledge, omitted from news, and absent from history books. Even now, many of the photographs and records from that era remain hidden, lost, or deliberately forgotten. Yet these missions happened. Driven by the USSR's ambition to outpace the United States in a domain where America had yet to venture, by the late 1950s, the Soviets had already launched the first satellite and sent the first human into space. While the US struggled to leave the launch pad, the USSR set its sights on Mars, guarding their obsession with secrecy to avoid the sting of failure. In the Soviet space program, failure wasn't just a technical setback, it was a political catastrophe. During the Cold War, any humiliation could destabilize the regime. Thus, every Mars mission, every covert probe, every silent launch, and every lost spacecraft was buried under layers of classified documents. Most missions only received names like Mars 1, Mars 2, MV, or Cosmos 419 years later. Vague labels for obscure hardware launched without fanfare and concealed when they failed. The secrecy was strategic. Mars was a propaganda tool. Both superpowers often suppressed details of failed missions to project technological supremacy. A Soviet triumph on Mars would signal dominance over the solar system, and the less the world knew, the more control the USSR had over the narrative. Failed launches were rebranded as generic Cosmos missions, catch-all names for Earth-orbiting satellites allowing the